Welcome back everybody to another Stinkleberry Farmer. This time out, I'm at Buffalo River State Park, right outside Moorhead, Minnesota, or if you prefer, right outside of Fargo, North Dakota. Either way, I'll be keeping my eyes open for wood chippers. It is officially fall, but it feels like July. It's mid 80s right now, a comfortable 80s. And it's gonna be cooler at night, probably in the 50s, so it won't be that bad. First time here, so time to find a spot. Let's get camping. Well, I have made my purchase of this site for 2 nights on my phone just now. I've got electric to charge my stuff up. I guess if I need it, I just don't need to pay for it, but that's okay. These campsites here at this campground are, this is not a knock against Iowa, but they're very Iowa-like, where you get to know your neighbors. I've got about 2.5 hours of daylight left, so I'm gonna get set up my tent, figure that out. I gotta go back and get firewood, come back and make supper before it gets dark here. All set up. I got my firewood. It's about 6 o'clock, almost 6 o'clock. I was thinking there's a short walk here. I was thinking of doing it, but I think I'm gonna not do it. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing 2 nights instead of 1. I'll talk about, I think, tomorrow more, but I think I'm just gonna hang out for the last bit of daylight here. There's a lot of people, there's like 12 other people camping, but they're all on the other side of the campground, which is fantastic. So I think I'm just gonna enjoy the beautiful weather, putz around the campsite, start a fire, and relax. How about that? Just waiting a little bit longer for that to go down a little bit before I throw I'm gonna be doing wings and drummies tonight, but in the meantime, for the first time on Stinkleberry's channel here, I've got a hammock. It's given to me by my late brother-in-law a couple years ago, and I've always, either the time isn't right or there's not the right place, so I thought I'd give it a shot here, and we'll see. I bought hammock straps about a month ago, and I actually used them up in the Gunflint Trail. If you saw my video with the tarp I put up in the rain, they worked really well for that. I should get a couple more for tarp usage, but I don't know. First time in doing the hammock thing, so let's see if this works out here. I might be on my butt here in a second. Told you. All right, let's try that again. Kind of low to the ground. So again, this is the first time I've sat in hammocks before that have been put up by other people. You know, on this channel I'm horrible at knots. I think I'll just kind of mess around tonight and tomorrow with how I have this up, and I mean, it works but I'm just like right almost on the ground here, so maybe get it raised up and see how it goes, but gotta try things. Wings, not burnt, rustic. They're cooking just fine. I'm gonna have a nice base of a fire to get it going later. Messed around, fell down a couple more times. I'm sure I'm gonna get tons of comments on the proper way to do this, because every time I do something wrong, you all let me know about it, and this is definitely, I'm doing something wrong here, but I think it's just figuring out how to get this up a little more. I don't know. We'll see. Also earlier, the ranger stopped by, and I won't say any more about him. I might tomorrow, but if I don't, just read the Google reviews of this campground. But he did acknowledge I had the correct straps and told me I was all good. The tree trunk size was fine, and the the straps were fine. So yeah, we had a little conversation. So I will say this, the firewood at this campground is really good. Burns right away. It's nice and dry. Also though, the flies are kind of next level here. Got my wings and drummies are done. I'm gonna eat these up. And there's flies, but there's no mosquitoes at all, which is nice. And just a light breeze, so it is cooling down. Probably down to 70 by now, so it's gonna just keep cooling and be a very comfortable night. So love it. Don't know if you can see it, but on the ridge there, there is a railroad line and there's a train going by up there. So very cool. Didn't even hear it. Like, I can't even hear it from here. But I can see it in the distance. So I'm gonna find the gems of this state park. Yeah. Not a bad view to wake up to. So there's a huge rig that pulled up here almost at 9 last night. They're already gone. Somebody was right over there last night. Came in while I was eating. They're gone. A lot of people already pulled out of here. There's 6 left, I think, as I counted in this park right now. So again, I've got this whole side kind of to myself, this little corner, so that's all right. So something a little bit different this morning. I've got the Spam maple flavored that I'm going to try this morning, and I'm going to do a breakfast sandwich with egg, cheese, and Spam. And then the rest I'm going to use tonight for, well, you'll see tonight what I'm going to use it for. A possible disaster. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, like I've said before, it doesn't matter what day of the week I camp. It's always trash day. And here's the final result here. It's been a long time since I made toast out here camping. Broke that thing out. That's not just good. That is really good. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. All right, so there's the camp. I walked down to, I think I'm like right here. I'm gonna take the hiking club trail around here. I think it's a couple miles there and back. This evening I'll do this other loop, short loop here. Yeah, we'll start here. You can see there are some flashes of colors and leaves, like the red and the vines coming down on that tree there and there. Back in the distance, got some red, and we're slowly turning. The leaves are slowly turning. it's more evident in the corn stalks as I drove up here that they are ready to get harvested very quickly. All right, let's go for a nice walk. Beautiful Monday morning. Wow, that was a very beautiful trail. I'm glad I started with the open prairie first and into the woods. As warm as it is, it's already into the 80s. The trail runs right back up into the campground here. You can see some tents up there. That is the non-electric sites right there. Right along the river back here. Very easy hike, very easy. I would recommend. Back at camp, and not a whole lot going on over here. I'm gonna head into, there are two towns. I'm not going into Fargo Moorhead. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go to, there's a small town that way and a small town that way. So I'm gonna pick one of those two smaller towns and see if I can get a small bite to eat for lunch. Get some ice and just come back here, I think. Unless I see something great on the way there. Hawley, Hawley. You ever been here? I haven't. Look at, there's a sled library right there. There's a big bin full of sleds ready for this hill. How cool is that? Just grab a sled and go. They're ready for winter here. Well, this is about the only place open right now, so give it a try. Hey, it happens to be my lucky day since I happen to have a disc. All right. You speak to the right. All right. So close. All right, I'm heading back to the park, the state park, not the city park. 90. And it's October in 2 days. $90 degrees. The last days of September. Was not expecting this. And there's no breeze, not much. There was yesterday when I got here, which felt good. Not so much now. I'd love to take a nap in that tent, but it's gonna be just roasting in there. Maybe I'll give this a shot and just rest for a bit. Still not many people here, so that's good. I did lay down for a little bit, maybe half hour, 45 minutes in the hammock. I made another adjustment and a little bit better. Bit by bit, I'm getting it. I didn't fall asleep really. I kind of dozed between the flies and just being hot, but it's much better than if I tried to lay down in there right now. I've been drinking tons of water. I'm on a liquid death now. By the way, it's 90, but the bathrooms are already closed for the season, so the pipes don't freeze. Yeah. So it's just a pit toilet, which is way down there. Only option right now in this state park, I guess. Let's take a quick look at this campground as people are starting to roll in. I think about 4:30, 5 o'clock right now. And you can see they are just right by each other. Everybody here. Here's the only restroom available right now. It's a ways. It's like Lake Itasca. It's a ways from here.
Okay.
It's north. There's some nice shaded spots back in here for sure. Right now I'm kind of in the sun just for a little bit, although there's plenty of trees. Let's go take a look at the non-electric sites. It's a very small loop of 4 or 5, I think. There's the currently defunct restrooms that don't work. And this little loop here just goes right here, about 5 sites. There's somebody over here yesterday in one of these. That's why I didn't. There's one over there, but there's another one over here, so it wasn't very private. I guess it would probably be better than what I have, but you got a nice patio on this one here. Actually, that's probably an ADA one because it has goes right to the restrooms. Actually, this probably would have been much more private than where I'm at, but I'm in the woods, I'm in the prairies, whatever. Not much going on here tonight. Minnesota State University, Moorhead. Regional Science Center, Buffalo River site. I was reading I think it's by appointment or something to even get inside, so there was never a chance. They do have also an observatory, which would be fantastic out here. Last night, before I went to bed and during the middle of the night too, I kind of looked out the tent window and the stars were abundant outside. It's a bit cloudier today, but it's be a good spot for it. I'm gonna take this trail, but while I'm down here, you can see where my tent is, and I now have neighbors. All these sites, and the best one was right next to me, I guess. I've had kind of a bad run of campsites lately with neighbors. The Arrowhead was just atrocious. The only exception being the night I had it in the Gunflint Trail at Flower Lake. It was really nice, other than there was torrential rain all night, so I don't know. I need to get over it, I guess, right? Well, the reason I'm doing 2 nights here is not because I was jumping up and down to come to this state park. It is fine. Somebody asked that I should start a rating system for these parks, and maybe I'll do when I finish them all. I've got maybe 6 or 7 more to go for my channel, where I've visited every state park in some manner, not necessarily camping, but have been there. And maybe after that, maybe I'll do a ranking of them. But after some thought, and talks with Mrs. Stinkleberry Farmer is why I continue to like keep going night after night instead of like taking a break and doing this. Do 2 nights. Look at this chair. It's like a chair. I gotta get my picture of myself in here. We'll pick up this conversation in a moment. All right, where was I before I was obsessed with a rock that I could sit on? Yeah, up in the Arrowhead, I did 5 nights, I think it was, and every night I went somewhere else, pulled down and put back up tents and stuff like that, and I'm really starting to feel like I need to slow that down. So, thus I did 2 nights here. The idea was, again, kind of like up in the Arrowhead. I thought there would be not many people here. End of September, almost October here. How wrong I am. And that's good for the parks. I get it. It's a nice little trail. With all that being said, I know I should not be a jealous person, but I am very, very jealous of Fan Camp 402 and Chefin videos. So I continue to camp in near empty parks down in Iowa and Nebraska. It's just crazy how nobody's down there camping right now. Look at this gnarly tree. Ooh, that stick's gonna fall. And it was nice today to be able to rest and not have to worry about bring stuff down and put it back up and stuff, and just, even though it was 91, still had a decent day. If it was 60 degrees, I would have gotten a beautiful nap in, though. I guess that would have been the difference. Oh, here's some more outhouses down here. That's actually closer than those other ones are to me. I don't think these were showers. I think these were changing stalls for this, which used to be a man-made swimming area, which doesn't look like it's been used for quite some time, actually. Quite the overgrowth here. There's something different about this state park. I can't put my finger on it, and I don't know why. I mean, there's the sheriff department is right there again. Like, I've never had in the last 3 years, especially this is off season, right? They've closed the restrooms down and still charging full price, but like, again, there was somebody, a ranger, walking around checking people, making sure in the right spots and stuff like that for camping. And I don't know, maybe because they're close to Fargo Moorhead, they have issues here. I'm sure somebody will let me know, but just there's a few things that just seem different about this park. Not necessarily bad, but just different. So again, I'm not complaining, but it's just kind of wild. Like the DNR lady just walked by again. She's making another loop around the campground, and like nothing's changed here in the last hour, so I don't know what we're checking on, but it's very odd because in contrast, when I was up at Cascade River in North Shore, it had probably like 8 times the amount of campsites and was basically full when I was there, and they didn't even have anybody on site. But they've got people walking around here quite a bit. The guy last night in his 3-wheeler who talked to me too. I'm not mad about it. It's just be interesting to know why it's so heavy here. In every other state park, I mean, you know, I've been to a lot of state parks. It's just not like this. Well, I've got another 45 minutes of daylight, and it seems like the flies are diminishing here, so I'm gonna get this going pretty quick here. I got a pizza crust thing here, roll here that I'm gonna try. I brought parchment paper to put on a pizza pan. We'll see how that works out. And I'm gonna do a Hawaiian pizza. Wouldn't be my favorite, but I have that leftover Spam, and then I got some pineapple chunks I'm gonna throw on top of it. Yeah, fruit on pizza. A lot of people don't like that. Got some pizza sauce, mozzarella. We're gonna give this a shot. I gotta open this up the old-fashioned way. Luckily, I know how to use that. Just waiting for these coals to kind of go down. You don't want the fire, you just want the nice hot coals. So I'm gonna let that go down a bit and get this going. Also, now that I look at that car they're driving out, the park ranger, I'm pretty sure it's the same car that, like at 6 a.m., it wasn't even light out yet, and a car just kind of drove through the campground and stopped and then drove through. And I don't know, maybe I need to get over this, I guess, but I'm sure somebody's going to explain this to me. Maybe I'll ask on the way out. I don't know. But let's get on to the night. Look how beautiful it is. All right, this is not going to be pretty. I don't know what shape we call this, but got the pizza dough, the sauce, my Spam, my pineapple. Now I'm going to hit it with some cheese here. There we go. We got the mozzarella on there on the top. And we'll see how this works out. I've always got a backup. It's about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes here, and ooh, it's hot. Let's see if I can. The bottom is getting crusted. See how this top works out. You can see that in the fading light. It's getting very warm too, but you can see it's starting to bubble there, so it's working. It's working, I think. Give it a little more time, get that cheese melted. Oh yeah. Look at that, it's bubbling. The cheese is melted. It's gonna give it another couple minutes, and I'm gonna pull this off of here. Okay, so the pizza shape is not so pizza-ish, I guess, but got one. It's not that burnt on the bottom. It's actually done quite nicely, and the cheese is melted on top and everything. Not my preferred toppings, but I just thought, heck it, I've got Spam. Let's get some pineapple and do it. So let me take a taste here. It's pretty darn good for being done over a fire. Heck yeah. My preferred is probably sausage and mushrooms and that, but this does just fine. Oh, somebody else is joining the party. So this turned out amazing. Can't believe how good it was. It was actually recommended a few months ago by a viewer for me to do a pizza. This is different from the last time I tried it a few years ago, which was in the cast iron. And the top of it was fantastic, but the bottom not so much. This, top to bottom, was really good. And I'm going to do a quick dessert, actually recommended to me by Willow Walker. I don't know who suggested this. If you want to speak up on this video, if you watch it, I'll pin it to the top. I appreciate that. But I've got a pretty easy dessert tonight I'm going to do, because I got nothing else to do. So the other part of my viewer request for food tonight is Willow Walker. They requested me to do, or suggested to do, a Rice Krispie bar over the fire, and said be careful when you take it off, it comes out in pieces and stuff, but that would be interesting, and I'm going to give that a shot. That was a few months ago, I think, back in my Carly State Park video, but eventually I get around to things, so we're going to give this a shot. Here we are. Got kind of charred on one side, and I was warned that it would kind of break apart, but we'll see how this is. Oh, that's good. Toasty Rice Krispie bars. I'm not even a huge sweets person, but oh, okay, it just melts in your mouth. Oh, that's good. Well, thank you, Willow Walker, for that suggestion. That was delicious. Oh my gosh. Well, good morning. It's about 7 a.m. Slept really good last night. Nice and comfortable. As hot as it was last night, 60 degrees is really nice to sleep. I'm gonna get up here shortly and get breakfast and tear down camp. Fairly quiet overnight. Got myself some coffee, orange juice, some hash, 1 egg, and some cinnamon toast. I made some more toast. This time it's cinnamon. Got a little fire going on. Had a few pieces of wood left, so why not? And I beat most of the flies out before they come out. There's one hanging out by me, watching me. Pretty quiet except for the RV's fan running behind me. Other than that, not too bad out. Well, I'm all picked up, packed up, and ready to get out of here. Trash is thrown out, water on the fire. We're all good. This seems to be more of like a journey. Would that be the right description? As kind of one you would, as you're kind of passing through, because a lot of people just got up and got out this morning, came in later. So there's a few here that were here the 2 days that I was here, but I think this is kind of a place where they just kind of pass through. So trails are beautiful and well maintained. The whole park is maintained really well. So, you know, maybe they just run a tight ship here, and they came by again at 7:30 through the campground again, and then at 8 somebody was through here. So this is the most park rangers I've seen probably in 3 years, 3-4 years at a campsite, state park altogether. Maybe they have a lot of funding, maybe, I don't know. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it. This is really early for me to get out of here, but I got to make my way somewhere else. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate all of you. You'll see me next time.